There you go.
All right. Shalom. This is GMS Louisiana Saints, the New Orleans camp, with another live lesson. But before we get started, as always, we're going to give all praises, glory, and infinite honors to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakahagwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. And peace and salutations to you, sincere Akim, out there pushing this word in truth and sincerity to the four corners of the globe. May you brothers endure until the end. Shalom. And we're just going to get straight into it with Ecclesiastes in the Bible, chapter 10, verse 7.
This is Ecclesiastes 10, verse 7. I have seen servants upon horses and princes walking as servants upon the earth.
And those servants upon horses is, of course, speaking of these Edomites, so-called white people in rulership right now, because in the scriptures, horses are symbolic for power. And the princes that are walking on foot are the nation of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Hey, even though we're getting to the end of this captivity, Esau, hey, he's still on that horse until the nuclear missiles fly after the MOTB is mandatorily implemented. But with that being said, we're in the time of Esau's power quickly slipping out of his fingers. His little season is just about up, and he's just about reached the bounds which he cannot pass. And you can see signs all around you that these Edomites are going down. And we started off with this Ecclesiastes 10, verse 7, with the servants upon horses, because the other week you had that statue up in New York of President Theodore Roosevelt, Teddy Roosevelt, on that horse. And what did he have walking next to him on either side? He had the Gadite, or so-called Native American of the Northern Kingdom, on his right side, and on his left side he had a Judite, or so-called Negro of the Southern Kingdom. And they just took that statue down. So in the spirit, hey, that's a sign, hey, that there's about to be a role reversal out here. As it said in the law, we would be the head, and these other nations would be the tail. But if we went off from the law, statutes, and commandments, hey, the tail would become the head, and we would go to the tail. But since our punishment, kind, since our punishment is almost accomplished, hey, we're gonna go back to our rightful place, being the head, and these servants that have no business ruling at all are gonna go back to their rightful place. The tail, Jake is gonna get back on the horse. But y'all can go with your precepts.
Lamentations 5 and 8. It says, servants have ruled over us. There is none that deliver us out of their hand. It says, yeah, that's it.
Hey, servants have ruled over us, and there's none that it could deliver them out of their hands, deliver us out of their hands, because only Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai can deliver us. No people, only Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai can redeem us, as it says in Deuteronomy 28. Hey, all these different figures that got set up, all these different movements, they all fell by the wayside because it wasn't time. It wasn't time for Esau to go down or for us to come up. But we're coming into the times of that role reversal. We're going to be lifted and go from servants back to our rightful place as princes. And these people that are so-called princes right now on the horse are going to go back to their rightful places being servants. And nobody will be able to deliver them out of our hands. They're going to be under our perpetual servitude in the kingdom until that 1,000 years is up for Esau, and it's game over for him. Get a precept?
Yeah, real quick to back you, what you had said about that statue. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 50, verse 33. Thus saith Yahweh, the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that took them captives held them fast, and they refused to let them go.
And where was the southern and the northern kingdom oppressed together at? In the north, in the United States of America, where Teddy Roosevelt was president, and where they had that statue set up, which literally showed him on that horse, and Judah and Israel on either side of him. But as we're about to get into with an article, they took down that statue because it was considered offensive and showed America's racist colonial history. And that's what this place was built off of, and that's what they took pride in. But now Esau's getting doxxed and can't maneuver like he used to in the past. He can't be lynching Jake out in the public like that. If he says nigger or anything like that and gets recorded on a phone, hey, he could lose his job. This man's power and prestige is leaving him. And as you can see, Jake, even these 2/3, and they can be doxing people or say, oh, so and so did this to me or called me a nigger, and Jake can get some money or some kickbacks from it. Esau's power is almost up. But you had something, Amawad?
I just wanted to speak on the pride.
Okay.
Just imagine the pride it takes to have a statue ruling over the people that you stole the land from, and then you stole another group of people from the other half, the other side of the world, and you erect a statue in broad day, man. That takes a serious height of pride to do that, man.
Mm-hmm.
And the scripture says what? Before pride, then comes destruction, man. We're in that time now where the destruction is coming. What you got, right?
As it says in Obadiah, the pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, dwelling in that high place, thinking that they would never go down, that they would never be a widow and would always sit as a queen. But we're living in the times of them going and sitting down in the dust and getting their skirt lifted up. Hey, beginning with the men of the Lord, chiefly through GMS, a great millstone, we've been exposing this devil, showing that he's the biblical Edomite, the wicked that the Bible speaks of, and that he's the root cause of all the problems out here. And by us preaching these words and putting that vibration out here, everything's coming into lockstep. All the prophecies dealing with him being exposed and coming out of power, they are coming to pass right before our very eyes, and there's nothing he can do about it. As it says in Acts chapter 5, if this work be of man, then it'll come to naught. But if it's be of the Most High, then we can do nothing against it. There's nothing these Edomites can do. Only thing they can do is try to block the videos, take them down, come up with legislation to take us off the highways and byways, all that. But at the end of the day, prophecy shall stand, and these words shall come to pass, as it says in Isaiah 55, verse 11. So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please. We'll get into that article.
This is from RT.com, and it says statue of U.S. President removed from New York Museum. A bronze Theodore Roosevelt monument has been hauled away from its longtime perch outside the American Museum of Natural History. Theodore Roosevelt, once revered enough to be chosen as one of the 4 U.S. presidents immortalized on Mount Rushmore, is now deemed too offensive for his statue to remain outside a museum that his father co-founded in New York City.
Hey, they can't even keep him up, a statue him up in front of a museum his father co-founded, because it relates to Esau's past racist and colonial history. Your history is offensive. Hey, your existence is offensive. Anytime you try to justify anything you did, people just you try to say to these other countries, oh, you don't have human rights or democracy. What do a lot of these countries say? Oh, well, what do you do? What about you with those so-called blacks in America? You have no business talking to us about anything when your whole history is a rape, robbery, and murder and racism. Down in Florida, you got the governor, Rick DeSantis, trying to pass a bill that says that takes critical race theory out of their schools and
Anything offensive.
yeah, anything offensive.
Fucking theory is facts, man.
Mhm.
It happened. You know, right where we teaching that right now is the one of the biggest slave routes there was back in the day, man. You can literally follow this road, you're gonna run into several dozen fucking plantations, man. This ain't no theory.
They literally got a road down there called Plantation Road.
Yeah, this is the fucking Mississippi River right here, man. That we're sitting on the side of. You go on either side, the West Bank and the East Bank, and you'll run into countless number of plantations and old fucking houses, especially when you go up north, go up what that's west, Baton Rouge, west. It's all type of old slave houses and shit that Jake was living in, man. This ain't no fucking theory.
It's too. When you go down, turn on St. Charles, they got all kind of plantations on St. Charles. Just hop on a streetcar, just pass a bunch of just places where our people were maimed, tortured.
And even though they took the statues down, hey, this place, especially down here in the South, they reveled in their Confederate history. They had statues to a bunch of losers, Robert E. Lee, all these other people out here. Hey, these Edomites, hey, their history is a testimony against them, but they're sad that they can't really utilize or flaunt that power like they could before. And again, that's just a sign, hey, that they're about to come off that horse and we're about to get back on the horse. But with that bill with DeSantis, it was like, I'm trying to think. Yeah, were you saying anything that's offensive? Like
Trying to make it illegal to offend Esau. Basically, he's trying to make it so that if you offend the so-called white man, that's a crime. His whole life is offensive. His existence is offensive to us, man.
Yeah, to everybody, man.
For reason.
You
Looking at that.
done stole from all 18 nations, man, including your own fucking self.
Yeah, there's not one nation out here that these Edomites haven't screwed over in their history. And all these nations are starting to buck up to you and call you out on your shit, and you don't like the heat. You're trying to escape it. You're trying to pass the bills to make Edomite kids not feel offended in class when they talk about your history. You got Edomites coming up to the camps saying, "Oh, I love everybody." The government's, hey, dividing and oppressing everybody, trying to get us to fight against each other so we don't fight against you. No, it's your government, and that's your problems. And we want this place to go down, and we're happy to see it go down, and we're happy to see you go down, as it says in somebody get that Sirach 25:7 real quick.
Yeah, good. Like I had too.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, when you so-called white people, you was at your height, you know, it was always, oh, get out of our country. Go back to where you come from. Now the tide and changed. Now, oh, we all in this together. You know, we can pull
Yeah.
through this. You know, it's the NWO, you
Yeah.
know, it's them against us.
It's the elites.
Yeah. It's the globalists. No, it's the motherfuckers, you know?
It's your whole nation, man.
Yeah, and we getting ready. Lord willing, we already know we're gonna be able to help take care of y'all, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But we
Okay.
know Yahweh Shem Yahushua is gonna do it. You know, Yahushua is gonna come back and knock you off your high horse, Esau.
Con,
Get that Sirach,
you got it.
Sirach chapter 25, verse 7. There be 9 things which I have judged in mine heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that hath joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy.
Point blank, period. And we're living to see the fall of our enemies. It's beautiful seeing you Edomites lose your businesses, lose your jobs, and your women divorce you and take the kids and take everything you have. Everybody looks at you as the main problem now. You can't go around here and flaunt your pride like you really used to. Seeing your birth rates decline. These Edomites all strung out on drugs and homeless.
Yeah, I take pleasure in that.
Con.
Yeah, I take when I go on the bridge sometimes, go to camp, and I see you devils homeless. You might fuck with them sometimes. You bring drive off, look. You know, you fuck with Esau, man. You know, to see you devils all sprung out. How you see it, sprung out, man.
Yeah.
Sprung out, all that shit, man.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what? To you Edomites that are going through a bad rut right now with the economy due to this all these cragamuffin mandates and all that. Hey, why don't you do what you told all these other nations, especially the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans? Quit being lazy. Quit being a bum. Why don't you pull yourself up by your bootstraps? And why don't you do that, Esau, and not lose your house, your job, or your business?
I like to see. I remember his brother was in the mall. He was looking at it too, man. You just see Jake that then dominated your own kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
I like to see Jake with them then hung that thing in your daughter, man. Brought forth children.
That's right.
All right. Them little Jake baby, light skinned Jake babies. You know what I'm talking about, man. Hey, I like that shit, man. So that's when you, like I told these brothers, when you see the other nations women dealing with the enemy, that let you know they're going down, man.
Mm-hmm.
Because at one time we couldn't even look at your women. We couldn't even look at you.
Right.
Say shit to you, man. Now I look at today, man.
Jake can look Esau dead in the eye, and Jake can walk, and Esau will move out of the way when Jake's walking on a walkway and shit.
Completely walk to the other side of the street, man.
Jake, you stare at Esau long enough, he'll put his head down in nervousness and shame. And just to back up what the brother was saying, when I was at the mall, just about every single billboard in there, even for stores like Hollister and Abercrombie and Fitch, these places Edomites shop at, they had Jakes as the models on the wall. And growing up, I grew up in Lafayette, and when I grew up there, I was really the only person that looked like me on the south side where the Edomites lived. But now that I've gone back there, as I've gotten older over the years, it's almost becoming like New Orleans. You see a bunch of Beckys with little mocha babies in their arms. You're through, Esau, and there's nothing you can do about it. Hey, it's gonna go from terrible, it's gonna go from worse to terrible. You're gonna fall out of power, get killed during JT, and then you get to come right back around into the kingdom into hardcore bondage and slavery.
You got a whole generation of Edomite girls that grew up on Barack Obama and Drake. That's all they know is just a so-called mixed babies. Like that's what they have in their mind, man. So Esau just become a cuck in his own kingdom. I got a quick pre though to go with that article. Everything we've been talking about. This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 16. Thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of Yahweh's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory.
Exactly. That's what we're seeing. And you're having shame instead of glory, and your foreskins being uncovered, like your skirt being lifted up and all your dirty deeds being exposed. You got all these people on TikTok and YouTube and all that, these social media platforms coming out with this dirty, diabolical history you had towards Jake. And there's what it say at the end?
It says, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory.
Hey, you're descendants of rapists, killers, liars, cheats. How did you get all these different countries and their resources? You went in there and deceived the people, raped their women, stole their land, stole their identities, just beat their languages out of them. Your whole history, this whole infrastructure is built off the backs of people that you subjugated. And you can't say anything else about it.
Get there.
Kind.
This Sirach 41. I'm gonna start at
Look,
5.
that image right there. That's your history, Esau.
It says, this Ecclesiastes, Sirach 41, verse 5. The children of sinners are abominable children, and they that are conversant in the dwelling of the ungodly. The inheritance of sinners' children shall perish, and their posterity shall have a perpetual reproach.
Hey, what you got in Florida, them passing bills to not let little Edomite kids feel offended when they talk about their history. Hey, everything they've inherited is crumbling before their very eyes. And their economies are going down. The U.S. dollar is going to collapse. They got nothing to look forward to. That's where you got a uptick in Edomites committing suicide and getting addicted on drugs, especially in that whole MGTOW manosphere thing. You got a lot of these Edomite men saying there's no future. It'd be better for society to collapse.
Yeah, they're waiting for it almost as much as we are.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Verse 7. The children will complain of an ungodly father because they shall be reproached for his sake.
That's what they're doing right now. It wasn't me. It was my forefathers. I love black people. I got black friends. You hear all the same shit. And to the brothers that have seen it, last week or the week or a week before that at the Dallas camp, you had that one Edomite coming up who was drunk, who's like, everybody, do you love me? The government's against us. Hey, we're all in this together. Nobody wants to hear that shit.
That's the whole thing that irks me with you Edomite. Like this brother said, it's hate niggas 365. But then when something happened to you like 9/11, you was hoping to see a nigga to help you get out of one of those buildings, man.
Yeah.
You know, every time it's a fucking disaster, somebody gets on your ass, we all in this together. But in the other goddamn day, it's fuck niggas at the dinner table, man. You know? How you talk about how you screwed over a Jake, whether it be Latino, Native Americans, also called Negroes, man. That's your whole day is on some racist shit, some prejudice shit, man. You fucking devils. That's why we call you what we call you. We need to find even more harsh words for your ass, man.
Shit, Edomite. Edomite's bad enough. Hey, listen to this. A brother had sent me this. Did you know? And this is shameful spewing on your glory. This is what your forefathers did, Esau. And this is just a little bit of it. We don't even need to go into the history like that because it's just so much information to pick out from how much wickedness you devils have committed. Did you know the desire to escape slavery was once classified as a mental illness called drapetomania in 1851? So-called black people were considered mentally ill for refusing to live in bondage. What kind of madness is that?
Yes. And that goes into on this very street here. But the slaves used to try to escape, used to put the fleur-de-lis brand in the middle of their forehead on their thighs, man. So if they escape and it reaches, because really at this time there was none of these houses and buildings, fucking muddy roads and shit. So wherever Jake tried to go at, and somebody seeing you see a goddamn Florida lease on the guy here, you gonna know he's a runaway slave, man. You know, you devils, man, ain't nothing great about you, man. Ain't nothing great about you. That's why we always say, what tell us one thing that you Edomites have done good on the earth, and you sit there, and it's the Jeopardy music. You go into the inventions, all the inventions you stole. You niggas out here think what his name is Henry Ford created the Model T. Fuck no, that was an invention by Jake, man. I think 2 years prior. All right.
I could just mass produced it.
Yeah. Stole the ideas. Jack Daniel, that was started by Jake, man. You just take every goddamn thing.
The computer.
Yeah, the computer, all that shit, man.
The only thing we saw created was the patent office, so we could patent shit and say, "Oh, this is my name on it." And besides you stealing everything, this country would be nothing without the Israelites in it. You want to call the Northern Kingdom spicks and wetbacks and get out of our country, but a lot of y'all use them as cheap labor. And if they left tomorrow, hey, if all of Israel left tomorrow, this whole country would collapse already on its crumbling bullshit infrastructure. And if I can say real quick too, and everything you like to put up is always so-called wholesome in this country. Do the research behind it. Hush puppies and little things you eat down here, that's what slaves would make, that cornbread slaves would make to hush the dogs when they were trying to they get their scent when Jakes were running away from slavery. The whole gator bait thing in Florida, that goes back to feeding our kids to alligators, picnic, pick a nigger, Thanksgiving, the subjugation, rape, and destruction of the Northern Kingdom. The list goes on and on. You can't look at American history and the idea of America without looking at what it's done to the children of Israel and how it was founded. This is that blood, that flag should just be perpetually soaked in blood, so much that you can wring it out and blood will just come out of it. And you might say, oh, that was hundreds of years ago. That was in the 1800s. Ooh, just forget about it. Yeah, why don't you forget about 9/11, the Alamo, and Pearl Harbor? How about that?
Yeah, I was around my mom's this weekend, and she was telling me about a story about a friend of hers, grandmother getting shot down here in the in Esau's heyday. He got shot because you didn't want to. The motherfucker bumped into her, I believe, and she didn't want to apologize. Some shit. And he shot her dead right on Canal Street, Edomite, and got the fuck off, man. And we talking about like the 60s or 50s, man. Esau, that's or probably possibly before that, the heyday of Esau, the 40s or some shit, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a story. I was talking to this one old Gadite woman who looked like the Southern Kingdom, and she was telling me back in the 50s, down here in Louisiana, her friend who was pregnant and their husband were all running in an open field away from some Edomites that were trying to kill him, and she hid underneath a cow. And I guess the grass was high or something, so she could hide. And she said the cow started shitting on her head, but if she would have moved, they would have got her. This is what they did. They killed the man and they hung this is back in the 50s, and they hung her friend and cut her baby out of her belly.
That was hundreds of years ago, right?
Yeah, can we all just get along?
Yeah, so get along.
And the only thing that's going to get along is when both our hands grab that rod of iron in the kingdom and bash it into your skull. That's get along. That's the reparations we want. And that's what's coming after the downfall of your society, which is quickly coming and is continuing as we speak.
Because another thing too that you try to use this, that's reverse racism, motherfucker. There's no such thing.
Right.
It's no such thing as that a black Latino Native American person can be racist, man. It's just you mad because I know my history. I know what the fuck myself and my ancestors been through, man, and my people been through. And you mad because we throw it out there in your goddamn face, man, that you the damn devil. All right? And we gonna keep doing it. Until you, how about Sean puts a foot in your ass, man? And that we see that shortly to come too. You know that, man. That's why you prepping, you're changing your money to offshore accounts and shit. You plan on getting the fuck out of America, you're moving. And it's not gonna help you. All roads lead to the kingdom of heaven, man, with you enslaved. All right? Go ahead, up.
Yeah, the precept.
Isaiah 14:21. Prepare slaughter for his children, the iniquity of their fathers.
Hey, that wasn't me. That was my forefathers. I had nothing to do with it. But what did it just say? And go back to that Sirach's 41 too, Baba Kasha. Hey, prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, because reincarnation is biblical, and you're back here, and you were your fathers in the past committing all those heinous acts. Hey, just like we're paying for what our forefathers did, hey, because we were our forefathers in the past committing those sins, hey, you're back here to get your just deserts for it. Keep going on in that Isaiah 14.
That they do not rise nor possess the land nor fill the face of the world with cities. Rise up against them, said the Most High of hosts, and I will cut off from Babylon the name and remnant and son and nephew, saith the Most High.
Mentioning all the male heirs. What's that saying? Hey, after that 1,000 years, after we get all the blood, sweat, and tears out of you building up the kingdom in heaven for us, hey, we're gonna cut off your seed line, and you will be the only nation that will no longer exist on the face of the earth. You'll only be remembered in the record books, and it's more than due. You Edomites like to make it so basic with this whole skin color thing. Oh, you hate me just because I got white skin. No, we hate you. Well, having so-called white skin is a curse anyway. You're a clean leper, as pursuant to Leviticus 13. But hey, we dislike you for your actions that you've been committing. Again, all the rape, robbery, and murder and lying. And look, you Edomites need to get taken out of power, because as it says in Matthew 24, and except those days should be shortened, no flesh will be saved. You're using your science to commit all these great abominations out here. What do you got? The GMO foods that are giving people cancer, the cell and the Wi-Fi radiation doing the same. You break up the family structure with feminism and the alphabet group beginning with LG, so you can keep people from reproducing. You spray the chemtrails into the sky. You're talking about, since there's a population decline, we got to create artificial wombs when there's a woman there that you can just get with to have children with. And then you got Elon Musk saying he's worried that there's a population decline. Get this. What do you think his reason would be for saying that? Oh, there's a population decline, I'm worried. Somebody in their right mind would be like, that's bad that people aren't reproducing. This is what he said. Because there's a population decline, I won't have people to colonize my colonies that I want to build on Mars. That's the mind of a fucking demon. Like, who thinks like that? A sick degenerate. If you were allowed to go on, this whole planet would become a desolate, uninhabitable wasteland. So it's imperative that you're taken out of power, because you can't do right. You were created to be the Most High sword, and what's the only thing a sword can do? Kill.
If he could take his ass to live on Mars, he'll destroy Mars too.
They already destroyed the heavens, man. Space trash just floats around the earth all goddamn day, man. You know?
Yeah, but on a simple note, on my side, there's all a bunch of trees and all this now. Now since all them devils over there, they cutting down all the trees, winding the highways, putting up everywhere you look, they cutting down a fucking tree now. You just bring death and destruction wherever you go. It look like a fucking wasteland over there now. Esau just steady building, cutting down, burning trees up all fucking day now.
That's why the scripture says in Isaiah, I was gonna get it, that even when you get taken down, the trees, the fair trees are gonna rejoice, man. All right, the animals, the things that has all the Most High creation that has life gonna rejoice, man, over your downfall, Esau. That's why it says hell is hell is moved to meet thee at thy coming. Everybody, including the Israelites of the planet Earth, is ready for your downfall. All right, you got your own people now standing ready for you to go get the fuck out of the way, man. Cause you nothing more. Find that one I just had pass it up. It's put woe, land, and child. Cause it tell you, it says woe, old land, when thy king is a child, man. You do some childish shit, man.
You shit where you eat.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, right. Okay.
It's Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 16. Woe to thee, O land, when thy king is a child, and thy princes eat in the morning.
Yeah, man, that's you, Esau. You a goddamn child, man. There's another scripture where Job calls him a child, man. Children. Oh, what it is?
Children of fools, children
Yeah.
of basement, Job 30, I think.
And then there's another one. One that says, women bear rule and children. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Isaiah 4, something like
man.
that.
You're a big ass child, man. You're like you're nothing more than a fucking Stewie.
Yeah.
You know?
Anus the menace.
The problem child, man, of the earth. But now you finna get your ass whooping and put on punishment forever, man. Until it's time to get rid of you, man.
Hey, that's back of what you were saying, as it says in Sirach 10, roughly paraphrasing, as the king and the ruler is, so are the people. You got these people out here in a childish mindset. You got 40, 50-year-old women now on social media shaking their ass and putting different colors in their hair. You got grown-ass men still acting like kids, still trying to go to these young clubs and live forever young. It's sickening and it's disgusting out here to see what you've done to this earth and to see you people out here.
Yeah, if you and your grandma are doing TikTok challenges together, your kingdom is finished.
Mm.
It's over, man. Yeah, this to back up the elder. This Job 30:1. But now they that are younger than I have me in derision.
There you go.
God.
That's you, Esau. You know? That's you. Technically, you know, in the spirit of sin, you're younger than us, man.
And they came out of Isaac,
Yeah.
younger.
Yeah, man. And you devils have been doing. You destroyed. Only a child would tamper with the food and fuck with the food and then watch you eat it just to get a laugh, just to get, just to get his rocks off or some shit, man. That's the shit you do. You know, like the scripture said in Habakkuk, heap it up all. You take. I watched a video the other day, and oh boy, Bruce Lee was telling how he came over here and how it was racism when they came over here. You wanted all the kung fu movies when they came over here. You talk shit about letting them go. They need to go fucking back. But then, guess what? Hollywood came over with a bright idea. We can make profit off this.
Yeah.
Then it was okay. You know, that's what runs you devils. Money, your money, your fiat currency, which is that's just finna get it's already uprooting, man. All right, you devils ain't gonna make no money no more, man. Pieces of shit.
They already losing money. You got a bunch of brothers giving accounts of the businesses they work for. They talk to their managers or their bosses, and they say the Edomite managers and bosses or whatever are losing their minds and in a real down, not prideful spirit, because they're like, I'm losing all these accounts due to the men on dates with the Cragamuffin. I'm going into bankruptcy. I'm losing my jobs. How am I going to pay for everything? Hey, that's good. Fuck you, Esau.
It's a reality show the other day. Passing through house, motherfucker crying about how his wife got in an accident. Yeah, he lost his job, lost his house, lost his car. And I had the biggest Kool-Aid smile ever on my face, man. You know?
Right.
Nobody feeling sorry for you fucking devils, man. You know? Especially when you get up there, we the poor and you asking the poor for money, man.
Oh yeah.
Shit's crazy.
A
man.
homeless Edomite asking
Yeah.
Jake for money. Shit, when I drive and see Edomites, they kind of wave on the side. I look straight ahead and ignore your ass.
I give him the James Harden. Just look at him.
Yeah, I look right at them. I read their sign and everything. And look away. That's
Yeah,
right.
man.
Shit, you know how like they used to do in those old British movies in like the 1800s, where they look at a poor person and put the handkerchief up in there. Ugh. And that's how I feel about not only you homeless Edomites, but you Edomites that are so-called doing well right now. It's sickening seeing you Edomites walk around out here without chains on.
Started looking at them, man.
Right, man.
Finish at Sirach 41, and then somebody give me Lamentations 4:21 and 22, Baba Kasha.
It's back in Sirach 41. And I started 6. It says, the inheritance of sinners' children shall perish, and their posterity shall have a perpetual reproach.
Mm-hmm.
The children will complain of an ungodly father, because they shall be reproached for his sake.
Hey, critical race theory. Hey, you're the reason. You're the reason our children are held back from generations of wealth being stolen. And you're the reason the chemtrails in the sky, GMO foods. Hey, look who's pushing the juice. You're the reason people are expiring
Yeah.
because of the juice. Mr. F, Billy, Billy, Billy Jean. Yeah, you know what we're talking about. Billy Jean at Small Software. Everybody knows you're the face of everything that's wrong out here, and people are
face of
blaming you
death.
for it. Yeah,
The face of death, man.
Dr. Death,
He's the mascot of destruction.
That's right.
Duke Nukem.
Come, man.
Keep going up.
And some of you numbskulls out there, you still haven't woken up, man.
Mm.
What the fuck going on, man? Niggas riding around. You watch you. I get sick of seeing you Jakes, you fucking Americans running around in the car, man, with these adult diapers on your fucking faces.
Gloves on their hands
Yeah.
too while they're driving.
Plastic goddamn shields and shit.
With the window down.
Yeah.
Window up.
Someone be having with the window down. Look at that.
Spraying Lysol. Man, instead of wearing a mask, get a plastic Walmart bag and tie it over your head. That'll keep you from catching the Cragamuffin. Help you out in some other ways too.
That shit is sickening, man. It's why everybody on the other side of the world say that you Americans are some of the most dumbest motherfuckers alive, man. And I see why. I always heard that growing up as a kid. Since
Ugly Americans, that's a term for them.
yeah, they talk shit about you, man. And then you didn't have teachers, you didn't have other different staff that might have come from the other side of the world, Europe and shit. And they get to know you, they get to look around. And Americans are stupid. Like they don't be like them. They stupid. Everybody know that you fucking idiots, man.
Proud assholes for no fucking reason. Hey, America's a third world country, and these other nations see it. That's why they talking shit. You just had the Ukrainian president get caught off mic, like the mic was still playing, and they were talking about America, and he's like, "Yeah, Kiev, which is the capital of Ukraine. Yeah, it's dangerous over here, but at least we're not like the streets of downtown Los Angeles or any other crime-ridden city in America."
They're right, man.
That's shameful spewing right there.
Yeah, people.
Which he's creating the crime.
That's the thing.
He's creating the crime. Why? How all of a sudden, even out here, and we know that you telling yourself purposely through your different movies and cartoons and shit like that, like the first purge, you're putting the agitators out here. All of a sudden now in New Orleans, it is a uptick in burglaries and robberies, and you got different crews coming down here to do the shit. That's you.
Hey, we saw that shit during those George Floyd protests. George Soros was bussing people and Antifa down here. You could go on the website and be like, "Hey, we'll give you $10,000 to go fuck shit up." Pretty much.
Cops busting out windows,
Leaving pallets of bricks.
pallets of bricks. Yeah, just in the middle of a riot. Let's bring a pallet of bricks.
Agent provocateurs or some shit.
Exactly.
Yes. All by yourself.
Controlled opposition.
Everybody onto your ass, man. At least those who need to be.
Right.
Because there's still got a host of other fucking deadheads out here, man.
Underwear sniffing coons out here.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that believe the bullshit that you're doing, man.
Y'all take the juice. That'd be.
Yeah, I'm an advocate for it now.
Yeah.
Go ahead, man.
Hey, like we were talking about earlier. Hey, we sympathize with the elites killing you people off. You useless eaters, because we can see now, like, you people out here just a waste of space and a waste of time out here.
There's no need for you, man. The earth is better without you, man. Especially 2/3 of you, man. Especially you Americans, man.
Edomites. Hey, that should be the name of a book. The earth is better off without you. Have Esau on the cover.
I put Dr. F and
Billy
King
right
in front of that motherfucker, man.
And
that ugly ass wife. Billy's ugly ass wife, man.
Kevin Kline.
Yeah. Yeah.
Put Biden on there too.
Yeah.
Put Teddy Rose. Put all Edomites on there.
The whole thing, man. Oh man.
Man, yeah, exactly. There's some more in that 41.
It says, verse 8, woe be unto you, ungodly men, which have forsaken the law of the Most High Power. For if ye increase, it shall be to your destruction.
Hey, the wicked, as it says in Proverbs, the wicked multiplieth for the sword.
God.
We can see that you forsake the law wasn't given to you to begin with, but you do everything clean contrary to the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. As it says in Isaiah 24, since the haughty people, roughly paraphrasing, since the haughty people have not followed the ordinances or the laws, the earth is languishing or deteriorating underneath your rulership.
We see it, man. We see it, man. We see the earth breaking down every day, man. We see the people breaking down. These motherfuckers don't have. Look at the people in America. There's no morale. There's no hope. It's spirit. You know, what we happy about it too, man. The fruit is gone, man. The spirit is gone, man. Oh yeah, you got it.
It's Isaiah 24.
Oh, con.
We'll start at 4. It says, the earth mourneth and fadeth away, the world languisheth and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish.
Hey, these Edomites are languishing under their own rulership, along with these other proud, haughty people out here. That's going to go into why in the next verse.
It says, the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant.
Doing everything clean, contrary to the laws, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. One example, you don't give the land a land Sabbath or a rest, so you're just constantly destroying that soil, which is why the earth's not yielding up its fruits, and you got all these nutrient deficient vegetables and fruits out here. And you completely you put women over men and destroy that and the family structure. You just do everything detrimental, and we can see the fruits of your labors. Hey, a tree shall be known by its fruits, and we can see that this rotten tree of Esau Edom is known by its rotten fruits. Just look around and see the monument to Edomite rulership.
And it says, the new wine mourneth, the vine languisheth, all the merry-hearted do sigh.
Mm-hmm. And as the elder brother was just going into, there is no hope left out here. Just look at these past couple of years with the holidays. You don't see people getting together for Christmas or Thanksgiving like they used to. It's just a regular day now. I've even talked to some people in my family about it. It's like, oh, what are you doing for Christmas or Thanksgiving? Oh, we're not going to see so and so. We're just staying around the house and watching football. People ain't putting up the lights or the ornaments or anything like that.
Shit. Back in the day, man,
it was an
back
event.
in the day, you might see a asshole with lights all on his goddamn car while you're moving on the goddamn street, man.
Right. And everybody would have a good, so-called good spirit on.
Yeah, you couldn't get in the store at one time, man.
You know, people open the door for you. Merry.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah. Now, a few 4 or 5 years, it's just been all frowns lately. People getting killed on Christmas, that'd be unheard of back in the day.
Butchered on Christmas.
Houses burning down.
Yeah.
People that have Christmas trees, the Most High is just burning their house down.
Which is true. How long y'all about y'all strive for that, man?
Yeah. Shit, you people deserve everything that's coming your way, especially you damn devils, you damn Edomites. Shit, keep going in that 24. That's good.
God. It says, the mirth of tabrets ceaseth, the noise of them that rejoice endeth, the joy of the harp ceaseth. Yeah, that's what's going on, man.
Hey, people, even when you go to these different like clubs or places like that same spirit isn't there anymore. That same spirit of going out and drinking and having a good time. You can't even do that because you got to be in the bar wearing a face diaper when you want to drink. And now they say even if you get the juice, you can still get the Muffin. It's just gotten so complicated that even the they get twisted up in their own words when they try to explain what's going on. And over in these other Edomite countries, in Austria, the juice is pretty much mandatory now, because if you don't want to get it, you're going to have to start paying thousands of dollars in fines. They're sending people off to Q-Dog zones in Australia. They're building them up in Canada. And you got a bunch of different groups in America talking about how the National Guard needs to be enforced to keep people that don't have the serpent sauce, keep them in their houses, or hey, even send them off to a Q-Dog zone. Bill A416 in New York or in Washington D.C., where not Washington D.C. but Washington State, to where people that haven't got the serpent sauce, health inspectors at their own discretion can send joint strike teams to go get them and send them off to Q-Dog zones. Hey, that's a reason to sigh and to cry and to drink that drink bitterly, because there's no good times coming. The thrill is gone.
Says they shall not drink wine with the song. Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it.
Hey, when these lockdowns first hit, there was an uptick in suicides, alcoholism, drug use. Hey, shit is still going up. Those numbers are still going up. They just don't report about it anymore. Hey, domestic abuse, people beating their women to death.
Yeah, 'cause one thing about you motherfuckers, y'all never had to deal with just being in the home with the same person all day long, man. And you see people lose their fucking minds, man. Isolation, confinement, or make anybody, it tell you that about even in prison, man. You put a sensible guy in solitary confinement, man. You know what he got to do? What 23 hours a day or some shit? 23 hours a day. He'll turn into a beast, man. Same thing with you people. You gonna see real beasts too, because as you see, you jackasses around here going about your day, not knowing them storehouses is steadily getting scarce on food, man.
Mm-hmm.
No, we finna see some real horrific shit. We finna see a man rip a man apart with these, man. Just ripping his chest and get to munching.
Just bite
Yeah.
his neck to the side and bite in that gullet and rip it out.
Yeah, man. The world is closing in around you, man. The sky is falling. Literally, man. The sky's finna fall, man. That little room that you're in, the walls are moving and they're doing this, man. It says crush you. All right? What you got? What you say that? Yeah, okay.
Keep going up.
Get some more.
It says, the city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up that
Right.
no man may come in.
Hey, every house is shut up that no man may come in. All these businesses shutting down unless you're one of these mega corporations. Hey, jobs are going out. Hey, everything is just foreclosing in the city of confusion. Babylon, the United States of America. Add a little more.
Yeah, there's a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone.
Yeah.
A crying for wine. What's going on? We need answers. And well, you're getting the answers right here through the men of the Lord, the prophets of the Most High, chiefly through GMS or Great Millstone. And the message for you Edomites and really all you people out there that don't have the elect is it ain't good news. It's the good news for those that are up that number. But as for you, it's bad news. It's only from going from horror to terror to misery, death, slavery, you name it.
Times of the rich man and Lazarus, man, when they said that the rich man had what 5 sons. This is Esau had. Is basically we try to tell you or something like
Yeah,
that.
the prophets.
Try to
Yeah, Moses.
Yeah.
The prophets.
Yeah. We had Moses and the prophets to tell you, but you ain't listen, man.
Shit, they ain't listening now.
Yeah. So, and the only thing we're gonna tell you that you're gonna go into slavery, man. That your kingdom is going down. That's why we prophet. That's why we go on the highways and byways to prophesy unto all nations, man. You know.
Kind. Yeah, that Lamentations 4, 21 and 22. You can give me Deuteronomy 30, verse 7 after the Lamentations. But just to go back to this article on RT.com, statue of U.S. President removed from New York Museum. A bronze Theodore Roosevelt monument has been hauled away from its longtime perch outside the American Museum of Natural History. And we're in natural history right now. The natural history of you Edomites coming into power, going down, and then us coming into power and putting a foot in your ass. Theodore Roosevelt, once revered enough to be chosen as one of the 4 U.S. presidents immortalized on Mount Rushmore, let's go into the history of that a little bit. They stole the land from those Gadites, and that was like a very sacred burial ground and a very highly spiritual ground for those Gadites there, but you Edomites stole it to deface those mountains and put a bunch of devils on it.
Shit, the Superdome. I don't know if you brothers know the Superdome was built on Native American burial grounds, man. And it's still, and it's, it was back then it was a kind of, Gad was trying to stand up so they don't build it. They build the shit anyway, man. Fuck, really, the whole uptown is built on the goddamn graveyards, man.
Mm.
Butchering of Negroes and Native Americans, man. Talk about that, man. The fucking Magnolia Project is built on burial grounds of Negroes and Native Americans, man. Just as parts of the downtown area, man.
A Baton Rouge, what does that mean? Red stick. And why is it called red stick? Because the great slaughter that happened to the Israelites.
Yeah, you got so much history. You only get the only history you do have is some of what you know, but some shit still coming out, man, about you, man.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing good.
Laundry list of bullshit. And
Ain't no escaping.
still doing it.
Exactly.
Still running that tab up.
That's why we're gonna jack your ass up in the kingdom of heaven, man. Woman, man, and child, man. We gonna let off you devil's ass either, man.
Come. Hey, it says in Revelation 18, we're going to do double unto you as you did unto us.
And one thing I know about Jake, like I said, you should meditate terrors, man. Jake already a piece of work. Now I can imagine what's gonna really happen to you, man, in the kingdom. We get our hands on you slime balls, man. Huh?
The spiritual power is going to be a nightmare. Healing, man, especially Esau.
They already scared of Jake in the hood at the lowest.
Yeah, like Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
You might get off the lane. Looked at her, she went the other way. Like, good. Back in the day, you used to be like, oh man, that like that. Now it's like, good, bitch. I don't even want to see you.
Get away from me.
Go to the other side of the store now.
God.
Get out the store.
Get off the earth.
Which he will. But is now deemed too offensive for his statue to remain outside a museum that his father co-founded in New York City. A bronze statue of Roosevelt on horseback, flanked by a Native American or Gadite and an African man, a Judite, was removed with a crane and hauled away on Wednesday night. The monument had stood prominently outside Manhattan's American Museum of Natural History for more than 80 years, but it's now being moved to the Theodore Roosevelt Presidential Library in North Dakota.
Should have burnt that shit, man. Which the Most High gonna still burn that shit, man. And if Theodore Roosevelt, you do research on him, he was a damn supreme devil, man. All right, ain't nothing good about that damn devil with his proud ass. And fucking somebody reading about that motherfucker, man. Jump on horseback and shit. But y'all make him great. Y'all, put that additive in there to try to make your different forefathers great, but ain't nothing great about it, man. They came over here as murderous devils, the demonic fucking demons, man. When they came on them damn ships. All right. Since the time they stepped over here, it's been total chaos, man. All right. So ain't nothing, like I say, there was a bunch of damn Masons too, a bunch of warlocks, witches. Talk about that, man. How this place was built on, what it is? Masonic fucking architecture, man. You are the devil, man. You worship the devil. Which we go into Satan. Satan, the Most High deals with Satan on the left hand, which is which all his deeds and actions is actually predicated through you, man, through the flesh. You do the Satan's work through the flesh, man. That's why sometimes we don't get mad because that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to do what you do, man. But you fucked up though, man. You touched the apple of the Most High's eyes, man. Now you got to pay. They don't want to deal with that either. The payback.
Mm-hmm.
You can do all the shit that you want, but when Judgment Day comes, you've been running as a fugitive. A fugitive only runs for so long, man. You're gonna do so much hiding, so much putting on makeup and disguising yourself as somebody else for so long. All right. to the bureau of Yahweh Shabashai gets to your ass, man. We've been the prophets and teachers been investigating you now, man.
The prosecution.
Yeah, bring you up on charges, man. It's on the time to where you gonna get the clinker put on. You gonna get them chains put on your ass, man.
30 times.
We scoping you out now. We got the drop on you. We know you hiding that. You all right? Yahweh Shabashai, Yahweh knows where you devils call them still hiding in them bunkers and shit. According to Amos, man. You gonna be able to escape this, Esau. You know?
Hey, Psalms 149, put fetters of iron and chains on their kings and their nobles.
That's right.
There's no escape of the times to come. And
Yeah.
now it's time for you to drink of that cup. After the elder gets his precept, we're gonna get in that Lamentations. Our time is at hand. Our time is over. We pretty much served our captivity. Now it's time for you to get that cup passed to you. You're gonna have to drink that shit to the dregs. You're gonna have to take it to the head. You are gonna take it to the head.
Yeah. It's like you like to get that Jägermeister and put that tube down your fucking mouth with the canister and shit. You gonna do the same way, man. You not gonna stop. What they call it, chugging or some shit?
Yeah, beer chug.
Yeah. You gonna chug that cup, man.
Which one are you looking for? Amos
What's up,
9:1.
I'll talk about it right here.
I think about verse 3.
Yeah. It's Amos chapter 9, verse 1. It says, I saw the Lord standing up on the altar, and he said, smite the lintel of the door that the post may shake, and cut them in the head, all of them. And I will slay the last of them with the sword, and he that fleeth of them shall not flee away.
When
He that escapeth them did not be delivered.
those 144,000 fishers right now becoming those hunters, those spiritual supermen led by Yahweh Shai Hamashiach, coming and dragging you out of these different rat holes you're going to be hiding in as it's about to go into.
So though they dig into hell, thence shall my hand take them.
The Sheol, or the grave, underground with those deep underground military bunkers.
It says, I will search and take them out, thence, though they be hid from my eyes in the bottom of the sea, thence will I come.
You skip something.
Oh, I did? That's where I want to. Let me read two again. Though they dig into hell, thence will my hand take them. Though they climb up to heaven, thence will I bring them down.
Those low orbit space stations y'all are gonna build to try to escape in.
That's right. It says, though they hide themselves in the top of Mount Carmel, I will search them out.
Those bases you've got built into the mountains, as it says in Revelation chapter 6, they hide pretty much hide in the mountains and say, let the mountains fall on us so we can be hidden from the wrath of him that sitteth on the throne and the wrath of the Lamb.
Right. It says, and though they hide themselves in the top of Mount Carmel, I will search them out. I will search and take them out thence. And though they be hid from my sight in the bottom of the sea, thence will I command the serpent, and he shall bite them.
Your luxury submarines, your undersea bases. Hey, they're building underground highways underneath the ocean.
It's a whole city under fucking America, man. You can get, they got accounts of 18-wheeler drivers delivering food to the doomsday bunker, man. And they're having casual talks with motherfuckers. They got highways where you can get from California to Colorado like this, man. Underneath America, man.
Them loud booms you hear. And
Yeah, they
construction
heard they had one out here.
Uh-huh.
The fuck is you doing, man? Oh, y'all tripping. Yeah, ain't nothing happening. It was construction over there on yeah, you up to some shit, man.
Yeah, anything an Edomite says, believe the exact opposite.
That's it.
And said, and not only are those 144,000 gonna go underwater like Aquaman and drag you out of there, says even the serpent's gonna bite you. Leviathan's gonna get in on some work on your ass. That's another thing. Hey, Leviathan's gonna make a guest appearance. Behemoth, creatures newly formed with sparks coming out of their eyes and fire coming out of their breath. It's about to become a madhouse out here. They're gonna make a straight dash after that chase road. You Edomites, everybody, the chariots. Hey, You Edomites are in the crosshairs of everything that's coming, and there's no escape.
Real quick.
Con.
This Job 41:1. It says, can dogs draw out the Leviathan with a hook? Question mark. Or his tongue with a cord, which thou lettest down? Question mark. Canst thou put a hook into the nose? Question mark. Or bore his jaws through with a thorn? Question mark.
Unstoppable creature.
You ain't gonna pay the hold him, man.
And they show you that in those Godzilla movies. They dropping nukes on Godzilla, hitting him with everything, and he just powers up. He powers up and fucks shit up.
Right, back in Amos 9, in verse.
That was about it.
Okay. Yeah, because I was looking for the part when the Lord was saying basically, it might be in another book, but basically wherever you try to hide at, He's saying, "I'm there." You go to heaven, in the heavens, I'm there. You go into high, you dig into hell, I'm there. Ain't nowhere to hide, man.
His eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. The Most High put those thoughts into your mind to build these places and go hide in them.
Hey, you a damn asshole. You gonna go to this very same place that the Most High dwells at in the heavens. All right, which the Most High is really everywhere, man.
I got that real quick.
Okay.
That's Psalms 139. If I ascend up into heaven, thou art there. If I make my bed in hell, behold, thou art there.
Yeah, man.
Point blank, period. Oh, yeah. Con. I got one to back up that Amos real quick, and we probably just close out on that lamentation.
Yeah, it's about time.
This is Psalms 149. This is after all this mass death and destruction is coming to you, average everyday peon Edomites, and your rulership's taken out of your hands and the dust settles. This is the only thing those that survive have to look forward to, and especially the first fruits of slavery. You Edomite, you elites, you Rothschilds, Rockefellers, the DuPonts, the Merovingians, the Gettys, everybody. Ain't no escaping. And even Billy Jean's ass, if he survives.
Yeah, he part of them too, man.
Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg.
It's probably not even their fucking names too, man.
Yeah.
You know, you go on a different aliases and different company names to hide your history, man.
That's a well-known fact. But this is Psalms 149.
I want to say one thing too, because you notice certain of these characters like DJ Trump and Billy Jean. All right, they always kept them guys. You know how they always kept them guys around
in the spotlight.
In the spotlight, doing certain little things. All of a sudden now, these motherfuckers are the authors of all help. They're the authors of all debt, man. They kept them around for this very moment to the end, man. Now they coming out and find out this guy Billy Jean, he was all into eugenics and shit.
He was one of the founding board members of Planned Parenthood.
Yeah, man, all this shit's coming out at the end. Then you got this stupid ass grin from Billy Jean. He looks fucking demonic, huh? Like you look at him now, and you see that fucking man that he's with. Like, man, these motherfuckers are some demons, man.
Remember when he said, "Well, the first one didn't catch their attention, but this second, like he couldn't hold it." He ruined his drawers when he was talking about the second one catching their attention.
Yeah, he had to go change. After saying that, he had to go change his fucking drawers, man,
and drink some blood.
You know, these damn devils, man. Oh man.
And when you look, they all related. Like Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton are cousins. Like that goes to show it's a network and a web. Everybody that's put into places and elected, they're selected. And hey, they're all gonna get elected to go into slavery.
Yeah.
Selected to go into slavery. Bastards. But this is Psalms 149. I'm gonna start at verse 6. Let the high praises of the Most High be in their mouth and a two-edged sword in their hand to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron, to execute upon them the judgment written. This honor have all his saints. Praise ye Yahweh. And not as it says in Isaiah 34, no one of these shall fail. All these prophecies are coming to their fulfillment, and there's no escape. Hey, we got our asses whipped for going off and punished. But as we're about to go into that Lamentations, now it's time for you to get your ass whipped and get your just desserts. And that red ass is gonna get especially red from getting kicked in so much in the kingdom,
Yeah,
bastard.
more than a dent in that motherfucker, man.
And don't get us started on the Sheetamite concubines. Gather-
And be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee.
Hey, you Edomites. Hey, just accept the fact that you're an Edomite and know you're going into slavery. I know it's hard, but you got a little bit left of that little season to live it up. So live out your wickedest desires and dreams to the fullest, because in the kingdom you won't even be able to breathe without getting hit with that rod of iron.
Like Logan Paul and Jake Paul, man. Just go fight every celebrity that you want to fight before the end. Smell all the coke, drive the fastest cars, maxed out the fucking dashboard. Just go have a ball, man. As the Book of Lamentations says, man. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, man.
Be an atheist, a sodomite, live it up,
Yeah.
live it up till you can't live it anymore. You might as well go to the spirit world doing what you love to do in wickedness.
It's over, baby. You can wrap it up, man. Shit, you can end it.
Yeah, read the verse 22 out.
Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked.
That's right.
Of thy iniquity is accomplished. O daughter of Zion, he will no more carry thee away into captivity.
Hey, this is the last captivity for us. There is no Moab ain't coming up, and we're not all gonna be wearing rice patty hats and speaking Chinese.
And them fucking them sandals with the big toe and your next toe like this.
And you wear some white tube socks.
Yeah, like white tube socks. All right, and pink makeup right here and shit. You got your hair in that Fu Manchu. No, that's not coming into power, man. Hell no.
Ain't no Mughal guy paying.
And ain't nobody gonna be speaking no goddamn Russian either, man. Cause you devils ain't coming into power either. You think you got next too, man?
Hey, we're coming to fuck your shit up too. You're gonna, as it says in Isaiah 11, they shall fly to the east to spoil Edom and Moab. Who's in the east? Russia and China. Edom and Moab. Those countries are landlocked. So y'all gonna be some of the first ones on the stop of our vacation.
What's it saying? Esdras, woe into Asia.
Yeah. Will thou be in the D.O. Asia that wanted to make her daughters whores like Babylon?
Right, because when the elect come out of them chairs, man, we're gonna come down as some sidewalk cracking motherfuckers, man. Ready to pounce on you, man, with all power and might from on high. Some of you gonna just you gonna get the bad end of some shit. The bad end of a fucking fist,
Right.
some electricity, some fire. Yeah, some bone crushing shit, man.
It's a Mortal Kombat execution.
Yeah, you're gonna get on the real end of some bad shit, man. And all praise to the Most High when we do it, man. We gonna, hey, Lord will, man. You ain't seen shit yet, man.
Meditating those terrors. And Jake got a big imagination.
Yeah.
You can keep going up.
He will visit thine iniquity, daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins.
At point blank period, that cup of slavery and torments is gonna get passed unto you, and you're gonna drink it. Gonna get every little drop out of it for that 1,000 years, and then it's gonna be that Obadiah 1:18 treatment, that Basra bonfire, that Basra barbecue, and then after that, hey, it's gonna be all she wrote. Hey, we're with it. Hey, the whole creation groaneth, as it says for Romans. So the spirit of creation is with it, and there's nothing that can be done about it. So, hey, as Kabar said, hey, Shalom, Akio, by Shimi Ashai Barakatah. Last call for the alcohol for you Edomites.
Yeah, man.
So, any brothers want to make any points?
Because you know when the last call for alcohol come on, the lights come on. The lights is that truth coming on in your ass, and you gotta scatter. You gotta get the fuck. Ain't no more. This it, man. This is it.
Take that fat chick home with you because you were striking out all night.
Yeah. Yeah, man. This is it for
And
you.
things that are done in the dark shall come to light.
Yeah.
Hey, so with that, we hope you're sincere, Akim and Akwath, were edified by this lesson. And again, as always, we're going to give all praises, glory, and infinite honors to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakahakodash. Double liners to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well, and peace and salutations to you sincere Akim out there pushing this word in truth and sincerity to the four corners of the globe. May you brothers endure until the end. Shalom.
Shalom.